What's going on, guys? xAion here, and we're going to talk about two new elements today. Everyone knows that Dendro characters are coming out soon, and after that, there could be potentially two new elements that could come out as well. And this was maybe accidentally confirmed by Mihoyo themselves. There's this YouTube video I want to show you guys first by Mihoyo, and then we'll talk later.
We had no time to say goodbye, so let's not call it that. The war has already begun. It is just a continuation of past battles. The gods goad us on with the promise of their 7 treasures, rewards for the worthy, the doorway to divinity. Yet buried in the depths of this world lies smoldering remains, a warning to those that dare trespass. That throne in the sky is not reserved for you. But mortal arrogation never stops. None will escape the flames. See for yourself. The dragon who defended Mondstadt for a millennium finally faces his perturbation. What does freedom really mean when demanded of you by a god? The god of contracts, senselessly slaughtered as his people watched on in horror. In the end, he will sign the contract to end all contracts. In the secluded land of the immortal Shogun, the Bakufu rules eternal. But what do mortals see of the eternity chased after by their god? The god of wisdom's enemy is wisdom itself, and the oasis of knowledge is a mirage in the desert of ignorance. In the city of scholars, there is a push for folly, yet the god of wisdom makes no argument against it. The god of justice lives for the spectacle of the courtroom, seeking to judge all other gods. But even she knows not to make an enemy of the divine. The rules of war are woven in the womb. The victors shall burn bright, while the losers must turn to ash. When the god of war shares this secret with the traveler, it is because she has her reasons. She is a god with no love left for her people, nor do they have any left for her. Her followers hope only to be on her side when the day of her rebellion against the divine comes at last. In the perpetual meantime of a sheltered eternity, most are content to live and not to dream. But in the hidden corners where the god's gaze does not fall, there are those who dream of dreaming. Some say a few are chosen and the rest are dregs. But I say we humans have our humanity. We will defy this world with a power from beyond. Now, you who has set foot in this world, your journey has reached its end, but one final doorway remains. Step forth if you have understood the meaning of your journey. Defeat me, command me to step aside. Show me that you are worthier than I to rescue her. Then, the threads of all fate will be yours to reweave. My memory has all but faded completely. But I will always remember how much she too loved these flowers.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that video. This was actually posted a while back, so some of you might have already seen it. Um, so getting into what I was talking about before, the elements are purely my theory based on what happened according to the video for Arc 7 or Act 7. Um, he says he's going to use a power from beyond, and you can see Dainsleif covered with these white starry looking fragments, which I would say look like light fragments. So that leads me to believe he has the power to manipulate the light element, and he also has like all this darkness vibe around him, which leads me to believe darkness could also be an element coming to the game. Um, the other theory I have here is delusions. Child has the ability to transform and change his element um, using his delusion. So that could be the power from beyond that Dainsleif was talking about. Um, he could potentially be talking about both, where he has the light element and can go into a delusion, turn into the dark element. We don't know for sure, but definitely there's going to be some sort of power up come from by Mihoyo themselves. But we gotta wait until Act 7 for that. And if you guys have been paying attention to leaks, there was a map that was revealed for all the future content, and there's Celestia as well for Act 7. So I believe Dainsleif will be in Celestia, and we'll find out more about like gods and potentially the light and dark elements, and maybe even time and space could be part of that dark and light element, where light controls time and darkness controls space. It'd be interesting. So that's all for the theories with the new elements and future content. But let's get into the Hypostasis event that came out today. I'll be showing you a clip here where I try out the event for the first time, and my second and third tries as well. But before that, let's get into my equipments. So my characters still need a lot of work. My Zhongli and Ganyu have been decently upgraded, but their artifact substats need work. And my other characters need a lot of work. They need level ups, they need just artifacts in general. I just don't have a lot of resin for that since I'm semi-free to play. I only spend on wishes, and that too for C0. I don't really wheel on stuff. Um, yeah, so it'll take me a while, but this is what I got for now, and hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm gonna stop talking for a bit and let you guys just see the artifacts. So this was my first playthrough of the Hypostasis event. I was just figuring out what all the settings are and how to go about it. Um, I think the first try I didn't try to like select everything, just because I wasn't sure if I could do everything. So I treated this how I would normally treat those Ascension level up dungeons, and I took it way too lightheartedly. And well, you'll see what happens. But yeah, it was kind of new for me with those little, uh, I don't know what you call those triangular shape thingies. Um, but even with those around, it wasn't that difficult. It's just you gotta make sure not to get hit. One hit is it's ridiculous. So here you can see me just messing around as usual. Like how I'd normally handle it with just like a regular electro hypostasis. But little did I know, this guy was like on steroids, like next level. Yeah, beating this within 120 seconds with my current build, I feel like is impossible. And this is, I think I didn't put a time limit on this one, or I selected the maximum time. Yeah, you can just see here, just all that does nothing. Like the Ganyu charges, well, they're doing something, but not quick enough. Normally it'd take 1 or 2 charges, just done with it. And I think here it's when things go sideways. So yeah, I thought I could dodge that by just blocking it off with Zhongli's E, but that didn't work. And then I continued DPSing thinking Ganyu would be able to do this. And I just got one-shotted there. And yeah, I had to give up there just because 2 of my DPSers died and the other 2 can't do anything because their artifacts are complete ass. So here's attempt 2 with everything selected. So I don't know why I felt like doing it with everything selected, even though I failed the first time with not everything selected. Um, but yeah, this is me just testing to see how much damage I take by staying near those triangle orb things. And pretty much took half of my health with just one little burst. Yeah, see, the Zhongli ult did nothing, and this is with everything selected, so you definitely need a team composition with like everything maxed out. Like you need to be doing your elemental reactions, have a full team with best artifacts, best gear. Yeah, you can't just keep it to one character and then expect to beat it in 120 seconds. Like even my Ganyu, she's barely doing anything, barely making the health bar move. I mean, potentially Child or Diluc might be able to solo this, but that you'd need like ridiculously overpowered gear on them, and even then I feel like it'd be a struggle. And yeah, you can see I gave up because there was no way I was finished in time. Now I'm on my third attempt with a decent amount of selections this time. I think I was getting around 3,195 points for completing this. So you'll see how that turns out. And this time, at this point, I'm pretty used to this. I know what to do, what kind of damage output I can expect, and how to dodge everything. So here I do the Zhongli shield by accident, but what I meant to do was a pillar, because those pillars can block those lightning orbs that he shoots out, or you can just hide behind these triangular structures, and they just charge up using those orbs, and you can just blow them up with an element to reset them, so you don't constantly get damaged by their occasional resonance bursts if you accidentally step near them. And yeah, as you can see, it's bursting pretty quick now. Just didn't do the cryo resistance, and I didn't do the crit damage resist or lower tolerance for crit damage, whatever that selection was. So again, I attempted to block with Zhongli Z, but it got destroyed pretty quick, so I just had to juke. This part was pretty easy. Some people might struggle with it if they don't have enough elemental reactions, and then the hypostasis might revive. But an easy way to do it is to put the Zhongling on one side, and then if you have another elemental DPS, just focus on the other two areas. If not, then yeah, you're gonna have to do the slow way and let them res. But yeah, as you can see, it was a successful run on the third attempt. Got 3,000-ish points. And that brings me to the end of this video. If you liked the content, please do like, comment, and subscribe.